Bro, they got me fighting Aladios as the first battle of this stream, bro. They got me fighting Aladios in the first battle of this stream, dude. This is great. Your starter. How many legendary mons are there? I saw somebody save this on Twitter, and they were like, oh, Pokemon Coliseum is such a bad game. And I sat there and I was like, what does she mean by that, right? And I went back and I watched it, right? And I was just like, maybe she's right. Maybe Coliseum is a really terrible game. It just has a lot of potential. I still enjoy it though. Oris isn't as bad as people say. Oris is the best remake. Oris is the best remake. It's just they're boring. Like it's like you can have all these features and your game can still be boring. Like that's the problem with like those games. Those games are great. Like Oris is a great game if we're talking like the content it has, if we're talking like everything that it encompasses, especially being a 6th gen games. But like they're just boring. I can't play it. I can't play Oris. I can give it credit where it's due, but I can't play that game. I can like genuinely not play Oris at all. I literally cannot do it. Literally cannot do it. What about Alola? What about Alola? The original Sun and Moon had a better story, but Usum was a better game. Gen 2 is bland as hell. Listen, when it comes to Gen 2, if your one redeeming factor is that because you can go back to the other generation before you, that's to let you know how bad your shit is. The best thing about Gen 2 is the legendary beasts, Lugia and Ho-Oh, which are all optional, by the way. Other than that, like, that's it. If Gen 2 is bland, does that mean Heart Gold Soul Silver is bland? Yes, it just looks better. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the scaling is still the same in the after game. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, all they did was add a couple of the champion matches or whatever, which was cool, you know? But for the most part, you're still playing the same game. Give me a 8th gen, 4th gen game. A lot of y'all are gonna say megas, which y'all forget we're not in a mega timeline. We're not in a mega generation either. Like that's long gone. That's what sucks about that. So it just sounds like y'all want more story. If we're just adding, if we're keeping megas out, it sounds like y'all just want more story, right? How would y'all want the graphics to look like? Megas could have saved the series. I disagree. I think they cut megas before the problem got big. You probably won't understand what I mean by that, but they stopped getting. Oh, I could have got a Crobat. Wow. A Generation 8 version of Sinnoh, and this is gonna be crazy, but watch this, right? And tell me if this idea is too far-fetched, right? Completely scrap the ideas of megas, right? We're in a Dynamax timeline, right? So you see Mount Coronet, right? Mount Coronet is this humongous mountain, right? This huge mountain, right? So imagine from Celestic Town to Route 210, right? So this whole part, right? But then from Eterna City in this whole little area, what route is this? Route 211, right? And then give me Route 206 and 207, and then give me Route 208. All this is a wild area. All of this big ass section is a wild area. To give it like some form of like open worldness, because if you think about it, there's no reason why you can't go to Celestic Town, Eterna City, or Urgberg, or Hearthome in the same vein, because they're all in the same area. But what's blocking them? HMs, right? You already have the Pokédex, and you could like just straight up just force the progression to go, but it would look like it's open world, right? So if you were to have this entire section be a big ass like wild area, you could have so many. It would literally make the whole purpose of the underground null and void, and just have all these Pokemon spawn in these different areas, right? And have these different areas have different weather, different like times and stuff for Pokemon to like go whatever. All this stuff, how they do in Sword and Shield. So they could literally just take Sword and Shield's entire wild area, put it in this entire square, and that'd be fine. Ooh, okay. Megas made competitive gameplay fun. It changed the game, adding more diversity. But guess what? So did Dynamax. So did Dynamax. BGC right now is dead ass thriving right now. Like so did Dynamax. This is not special, bro. What would your ideal mechanic be? I don't like gimmicks. I hate gimmicks in Pokemon. I think gimmicks in Pokemon ruin Pokemon. I like gimmicks, but it's fucking dumb. But it's fucking with Dynamax, Kaijin, I'm out. I do not like gimmicks at all. Z moves are bad. Mega evolutions are bad. Dynamaxing is bad. That's really it. That's it. I don't know what the gimmick is for Legends Arceus. I don't know what you would. I don't know what's the gimmick. I don't mind the forms. I don't mind like the variants, the regional variants. I guess those are cool. I guess, but I don't know what the gimmick is for Legends Arceus. The different styles. That's it. I'm not gonna use that shit. Okay, whatever. I think gimmicks are fucking terrible. I think gimmicks added more bad than they did good to the Pokemon, like just fan base as a whole. Because now you have people who are trapped in the past, who want Megas to come back and literally hate everything new. And then now you have people who just play the game, like the casual guys. Like, listen, man, how can I catch you, bro? Get in this fucking ball, bro. What the fuck's going on here? Not gonna lie, I still don't forgive Pokemon for not giving us Pokemon Z. Now that's where my disappointment comes in. Like, for me, I don't complain a lot about Pokemon. I don't care to complain a lot about Pokemon. I don't care at all. But there's a lot I have a humongous disdain for the decision to scrap Pokemon Z. That's the one thing as a fan that I hate. That's the one thing as a fan that I can actually say, like, y'all fucked up on this. Honestly, I think people take this whole debate way too seriously at times, because there's people who will die by their side of the games being trash or not. Like, come on, it's the game in the end. Well, I agree. I think people have a problem with letting people have a problem with agreeing to disagreeing, you know? Like, I feel like we're in such an internet age now where, like, everybody kind of puts like their feelings and shit out there. They feel like they need to be validated and shit like that. And so because of that, right? Because of that, you have these people who think it's their way or the highway, and it's like, all right, that's not how the world works, but okay, go off. But when you tell them that, it's oh, you're just a shill, or you're just somebody who's like, you know, you're defending $1 billion company, but it's like, no, I just don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's and everybody wants to feel validated. Everybody wants to think that their opinion matters, but it doesn't. And people hate hearing that. You cannot tell nobody their opinion matters, because guess what? They're gonna get mad. They're gonna attack you, especially me. Like, as somebody who like is a content creator or somebody who has an audience, if I tell you that your opinion does not matter, you're gonna look at me crazy and be like, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? And it's these back and forth debates about, oh, feelings versus opinions, you know? Because like, nobody's gonna I promise you, in a debate, your feelings should not come up in play, right? Like, I feel like whenever I hear somebody say the word bond whenever it comes to Pokemon, I automatically shut them off from that conversation. Because at that point, we're not debating, we're talking about your feelings. See what I'm saying? I'm not gonna debate your feelings, I'm a grown ass man. You know what you feel and shit, right? I can't tell you what you feel. So it's like that's what that is. So like, if we're talking stats, guess what? Pokemon has been on the up while you've been complaining about the same shit you've been buying. That's stats. Stats does not like your opinion, your opinion and your feelings on things do not matter in a debate unless you're trying to debate the good of what you're trying to say. Like, it'd be different if, like, you said, like, the Pokemon fan game debate that I was a part of was there should be no grinding in Pokemon fan games. That was my debate. That was my argument. That was my statement, and people did not like it. Okay, people were like, you should grind. I'm like, no, it's a Pokemon fan game. Watch this. Has anybody here played a Pokemon fan game? Those fan games are relatively slow, right? Those fan games are slow as hell. Now, with those fan games being slow, do you really think, do you as a consumer, you as a person playing the game, do you really want to sit here and play 25 hours of grinding, especially if you don't have a really good computer, especially if the game is a hard version of a game, especially if the game is like all these extra things that it's not originally? Do you really want to sit here and grind for hours on end just for the AI to still have an advantage over you? No. Because guess what? A lot of you still use rare candies. A lot of you still use cheat codes and shit. Like, come on. The consumers do not want to grind. So I said to the creators, as a creator, why, if you're making a Pokemon fan game, why do you still have tutorials in your game? Why do you still have grinding methods in your game? Why do you still have that? Give these niggas the experience all and go about your fucking business. But now watch this. One of the creators were like, oh, no, you should grind because Pokemon games nowadays are easy. No. I don't give a fuck about your opinion right now on this part. That's not what that's not what we're talking about. You made a Pokemon fan game that is supposed to be harder than any Pokemon game at all, right? Meaning, your argument about modern day Pokemon fan games are out the window. Why are you hindering levels when your AI is already smart and you already gave them all 1,000 Pokemon to choose from? Most people talk about being over leveled as the issue if the game is balanced with it. Listen, and that's another thing too. Whenever people talk about like the experience, like share, I tell people like, yo, like instead of talking about the experience share, let's talk about the AI. Let's talk about the actual scaling of the game. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Not the fucking experience share. Kyle's almost up to 40. Nidoran. Bro, no way. There's just no way that's real. Bro, I've literally been fighting the worst mons to man. Like, this is such an easy battle, bro. Such an easy battle, bro. Such an easy battle, bro. That's terrible. That is terrible, dude. That is genuinely terrible. Yo, this game sucks, bruh.